Speed Demon is Godspeed. Who is faster? Hey there, speedsters and comic book fans. Ever wondered who the fastest characters in the comic book universe are? Well, today, we're putting two incredible speedsters head-to-head, Speed Demon from Marvel Comics and Godspeed from DC Comics. But the big question is, who is the ultimate speedster between the two? Let's dive in and find out. Speedsters have always fascinated us with their ability to defy the laws of physics, racing faster than the eye can see. From outrunning explosions to traveling through time, these characters push the boundaries of what's possible. Today, we're focusing on two incredible speedsters from rival comic universes. On one side, we have Speed Demon, Marvel's high-velocity anti-hero with a storied past. On the other, Godspeed, one of DC's most formidable figures connected to the Speed Force. We'll explore their origins, powers, impressive feats, and finally compare them to see who truly deserves the title of the fastest. Buckle up because this is going to be one wild ride. Let's kick things off with Speed Demon, also known as James Sanders. Introduced in The Amazing Spider-Man #22 back in 1981, James started his journey as a chemist with big ambitions. Disillusioned with his mundane life, he joined forces with the villainous Wizard to create a formula that would grant him super speed. And just like that, the Speed Demon was born. Initially a member of the Squadron Sinister, a group of villains designed to be evil counterparts to DC's Justice League, Speed Demon often found himself at odds with heroes like Spider-Man and the Avengers. Over time, he evolved from a straightforward villain to a more complex anti-hero, even joining teams like the Thunderbolts. His journey is a roller coaster of highs and lows, making him a fascinating character in the Marvel Universe. So what makes Speed Demon tick? His powers stem from a special serum that accelerates his molecules, granting him incredible speed. We're talking about running, reacting, and moving at velocities that outpace almost any conventional vehicle. Along with his speed, he enjoys enhanced reflexes, agility, and stamina, allowing him to perform acrobatic feats and sustain high-speed chases without tiring easily. However, his abilities aren't limitless. The serum, while potent, doesn't grant him the ability to break the sound barrier without consequence, and he doesn't have access to any speed energy sources like the Speed Force. His powers are purely chemical, which also means they have physical limitations and potential side effects. Speed Demon has had his fair share of jaw-dropping moments. Remember that time he outran Spider-Man through the narrow alleys of New York City? Or when he single-handedly took on Quicksilver in a race that had fans on the edge of their seats? One of his most impressive feats was when he created mini vortexes to disarm opponents, showcasing not just speed, but clever application of his abilities. His speed isn't just about movement, it's also a strategic tool that he's learned to employ in various situations, making him a formidable opponent. Now let's shift gears to Godspeed, aka August Hart. Making his debut in The Flash Rebirth #1 in 2016, August is a relatively newer addition to the DC Universe, but has quickly made a significant impact. He was a detective and a close friend of Barry Allen, working in Central City. After a tragic incident where his brother was killed and the killer walked free due to lack of evidence, August became obsessed with justice and vengeance. During a freak Speed Force storm, August was struck by lightning, granting him super speed abilities. Consumed by his need for retribution, he became Godspeed, a speedster who was willing to cross moral lines that Barry wouldn't. This internal conflict and his complex relationship with the Flash make his story truly compelling. Godspeed isn't just fast, he's insanely fast. Connected directly to the Speed Force, he can run at speeds that rival or even surpass the Flash at times. But what sets him apart are his unique abilities. He can create speed mirages, essentially clones of himself, that can operate independently for short periods. Talk about being in two places at once. Additionally, Godspeed has the terrifying ability to steal speed from other speedsters, temporarily, or sometimes permanently, stripping them of their powers to amplify his own. However, these abilities come with weaknesses. His reliance on negative emotions can cloud his judgment, and his methods often isolate him from potential allies. Godspeed's list of feats is nothing short of impressive. He once managed to circle the globe multiple times in mere seconds while tracking down criminals. In one storyline, He was able to steal the speed from dozens of speedsters created during the Speed Force storm, significantly boosting his own powers. His clashes with Barry Allen are legendary, featuring some of the most intense speed battles in DC history. Not to mention, his actions have had significant ramifications on Central City and the broader Speed Force lore, making him a pivotal character in recent Flash narratives. Alright, time to put these two speedsters under the microscope. Who's got the edge when it comes to raw speed? Speed Demon, while incredibly fast, has limits defined by his physiology and the serum's capabilities. His top recorded speed allows him to run at several times the speed of sound, which is nothing to sneeze at. However, Godspeed operates on a whole different level. Connected to the Speed Force, his speeds can reach and even exceed light speed under certain conditions. There have been moments where Godspeed moved so fast that he appeared invisible to other speedsters. In terms of pure speed, Godspeed seems to have the upper hand. One key difference between the two is their source of speed. Speed Demon's abilities come from the serum he ingested, a chemical enhancement. This makes his speed somewhat finite and subject to physical limitations. He can't tap into any external speed energy sources to amplify his powers. On the flip side, Godspeed's connection to the Speed Force, a cosmic energy field that grants speedsters their powers, is a game changer. This connection allows Godspeed not only immense speed, but also unique abilities like time travel and speed theft. The Speed Force is essentially limitless, giving Godspeed a significant advantage. But speed isn't everything, right? Let's talk about their other abilities. Speed Demon boasts exceptional combat skills honed from years of battling superheroes and villains alike. His agility and reflexes make him a formidable fighter even without his speed. Godspeed, however, brings some extraordinary tricks to the table. His ability to create speed clones allows him to be in multiple places at once, overwhelming opponents. Moreover, his power to steal speed from others can instantly turn the tide of any confrontation. While Speed Demon relies on his physical prowess, Godspeed's abilities are more versatile and arguably more potent in a variety of situations. Every superhero or anti-hero has their kryptonite. Speed Demon's reliance on the serum could be seen as a significant weakness. Should he be deprived of it, or if it starts to wear off, his powers could diminish. There's also the potential for side effects or dependency issues. With Godspeed, his moral ambiguity is a double-edged sword. His quest for vengeance and willingness to cross lines might make him powerful, but it also isolates him and can lead to internal conflict. In some storylines, his inability to control his anger has been exploited by his foes. Moreover, his powers, while vast, can sometimes be unstable, especially when tapping too deeply into the Speed Force. Let's pit their most impressive accomplishments against each other. Speed Demon has had notable battles where his speed was crucial, such as evading capture by the Avengers or executing complex heists under tight surveillance. His quick thinking and speed have made him a thorn in the side of many Marvel heroes. Godspeed, however, has achievements that shake the very foundation of the DC universe. By stealing speed from other speedsters, he not only amplified his own abilities, but also altered the balance of power in Central City. His confrontations with the Flash aren't just battles, but epic clashes that test the limits of the Speed Force itself. The comic book community loves a good debate, and this matchup is no exception. Fans argue that Speed Demon's experience and combat skills give him an edge in a fight, even if he's not as fast. Others contend that Godspeed's overwhelming speed and unique abilities would outclass Speed Demon before he could blink. Polls on various comic forums often show Godspeed edging out as the faster character, but there's a healthy respect for Speed Demon's cunning and tenacity. At the end of the day, it might come down to personal preference and which universe you favor more. So, after sifting through their origins, powers, feats, and weaknesses, where do we stand? Speed Demon is undeniably fast, boasting impressive speed and agility that have made him a significant player in the Marvel Universe. His chemical-based powers give him a consistent level of speed, and his combat experience is nothing to scoff at. Godspeed, on the other hand, operates on a different playing field. His connection to the Speed Force grants him speeds that are theoretically unlimited, along with abilities that can manipulate speed itself. Based on the evidence, it's clear that in terms of sheer speed, Godspeed takes the lead. His ability to reach speeds at or beyond light speed, create duplicates, and steal speed from others gives him an edge that Speed Demon simply can't match. While Speed Demon is formidable in his own right, especially considering his strategic mind and fighting skills, Godspeed's powers are just on another level. However, it's important to note that comic book characters often vary in power levels, depending on the writer and storyline. There are instances where Speed Demon has performed feats that seem beyond his usual capabilities, and times when Godspeed's powers have been limited or unstable. Comics are fluid, and power levels can fluctuate. But hey, that's just our analysis. What do you think? Maybe you value Speed Demon's experience and tactical skills over Godspeed's raw power. Or perhaps you have a favorite storyline that showcases one over the other. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Comparing characters from different universes is always a fun and fascinating exercise. It not only highlights their individual strengths and weaknesses, but also celebrates the creativity and diversity within comic book storytelling. Both Speed Demon and Godspeed bring something unique to their respective universes, enriching the stories we love. Whether you're a Marvel enthusiast or a DC devotee, there's no denying the excitement these speedsters bring to the table. And who knows? Maybe one day we'll see an epic crossover where these two go head-to-head for real. Until then, keep enjoying the fast-paced world of comics. Thanks for joining us on this high-speed adventure. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more comic book comparisons and discussions. Drop a comment below with your thoughts and let us know who you'd like to see matched up next.